Welcome Central Florida Salute YouTube. I have a lady veteran with me today from the Tri-County Women Veterans, a great group. Her name is Patty Daigle. She served the United States Air Force, fellow clout pounder. Welcome to the show, Patty.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Well, I want you to, we just met, and I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and how did you get in the Air Force and why?
So I am originally from Neptune, New Jersey, and I joined the Air Force in 1977. Why did I join? Because I felt my future was going nowhere, staying where I was. And pretty much told by my dad that my sister was the one who was going to get his support and go into college, not me. So I needed something to do. I was working in the bowling alley, and I'm like, this is not what I want to do the rest of my life. I originally tested for the Marines, and back then, like I said, that wasn't a place for women. It was hard for women to get in at that point in time. So they sent me next door, got my scores recalculated, and 3 months later, I left for Air Force basic training.
At Chanute.
At Lackland.
Yeah, Lackland. Oh, that's right, Lackland. Then after that, did you go to Chanute? Where did you go?
No, nope. I went to Lowry Air Force Base in Colorado.
See, I just assumed everybody went to Chanute because that's where I went.
Nope. My job was contracts management or acquisition, and that's where the school was in Colorado. And after Colorado, my first duty station was Shaw Air Force Base, South Carolina. That was still in the 70s, and things were still a little iffy back then. I'll call it iffy. So then I put in for worldwide to leave South Carolina and went to Okinawa, Japan for 2 years. Thoroughly loved that assignment. I got to go do some traveling to Guam and the Philippines, mainland Japan, South Korea. Just wonderful countries to go visit. After Okinawa, I went to Alaska, to Elmendorf Air Force Base in Anchorage for 2 years. Absolutely loved that as well. And then I went to Andrews Air Force Base in DC or Maryland for 7 years. And I went to McGuire Air Force Base after that and ended up retiring at a Langley Air Force Base in Virginia.
Oh, you got around.
A little bit.
Yeah. When I was in there, you're sending people to Guam, you know, and I was hoping I wasn't going to get the assignment because they said there's a girl behind every tree in Guam, but there's no trees.
With the spiders and snakes. No, thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, so tell me a little bit about your job. What you were a wellness advocate specialist?
Nope, in the military.
Yeah.
It was government contracting or
government
acquisition.
contract. Okay.
Yep. Contracts management. I was a contracting officer by the time I did retire. And I absolutely loved my job. It was purchasing whatever the base needed. Most of the time I was in a base level contracting office. As I moved along and at Langley, I got put into the headquarters contracting office. But while I was there, for 7 of my years in contracting, I was also a systems administrator or running the computers for contracts management. I became a Microsoft certified professional. I set up total networks to put our computers in line. If you want to go back to my first base, they also had war skills back then. And war skills. So when our security policemen had to go to war or go take care of something else, I became a security policewoman. So, yep, I had that training as well.
Were you a bouncer?
A bouncer, no.
Oh.
Didn't want to do that.
Okay. Just wondering.
Yeah. And Also, I alluded to you earlier that one of my favorite things I started in Alaska was Honor Guard, base Honor Guard. And we
Tell us about that, because when I think Honor Guard, you basically were local, right? You weren't like in Arlington or anything like that. No.
Correct. Yep, so we did local funerals, local parades, memorial events, whatever it was that was going on, and they wanted a ceremony.
So like if you're there in an AMVETS post or a Legion post or something like that, would they contact you and you guys would do it?
If they needed us, but normally they had their own honor guards. But it was like the senator sometimes called us in to do something, or the base had retirement ceremonies or some kind of ceremony.
Oh, kind of event, yeah.
Yeah, events.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So take me on a tour of your career. I know you mentioned a lot of places you were. You were management, contact management, and what else did you do?
Most of it was purchasing and supplies and services. My favorite of all time is construction administration, where I learned to read blueprints, and I went out and met with the contractors and made sure that they were following the blueprints, and worked with our civil engineering. If things had to be changed in the contract, we went back and made the changes to the contract and just made sure that the contractors were doing what they were supposed to do.
Funny you mention that, because we just did a show with a guy named Rex Rogers, who that's what his job was, and he was all over the country and everything, and you should have met him.
Should have.
You guys would have had something in common.
We still could.
Yeah. Well, you will have. You'll both be on salute.
Yeah.
You may never meet, but you'll both be on salute.
So that was my active duty, but then after I retired, I was still I did 11 more years of contracting, and I went back to McGuire Air Force Base in their contracting office, and then we moved to Maine, and I was managed to get into the U.S. Attorney's office there in Portland, Maine, and that was all kinds of different things that we had to purchase for them. I also became a trainer for the Department of Justice, helping train new contracting officers. From there, we moved we still were in Maine, but I changed jobs and went over to Soup Ship, worked for the Navy, where they do their shipbuilding. And we were buying supplies and stuff for the ships. And that's where I ended my career.
Yeah, but you did a couple of events that you talked about with presidential things. You want to tell us about that?
Absolutely. So while I was at Andrews Air Force Base, I was in the Honor Guard there too, but I became a part of 2 inaugurations, and they just needed help with setting up different things. Logistics, that's it. Great word, thank you. But I got to meet a lot of different people during those. I got to be a driver in the 2nd inauguration for Senator Ted Stevens out of Alaska. But I did meet a lot of nice people. And I'm not a very political person, so that whole thing was a big thing. Also at Andrews, it was at McGuire, I'm sorry. We had a thing once a year where we had, what's it called? Veterans came in homeless vets mostly, where we had tents all set up in a field and they could come get food, they could come get clothing. They would talk to medical people at the VA hospital.
Stand down.
Stand down, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We're trying to get one here in Florida locally, and our AMVETS post here, we have a committee, which I'm going to be interviewing some of them, a homeless veterans committee. And matter of fact, if anybody's got any jackets or sweaters or long pants or something, you can always drop them off at our post.
Okay.
Because we take care of our homeless veterans, and we're in Florida. You wouldn't know it tomorrow or the next day, right?
Still gets cold.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, 500 Canal Street in Leesburg, Florida. Drop them off.
Yep. So yes, 2 stand downs we did, and that's a very sad weekend. Happy but sad seeing, because veterans don't know that they even have all these benefits. It's so sad. And when they got to the Social Security table or the VA table, and they realized they were supposed to be collecting Social Security checks and didn't know it. And
they had no address, right?
They had no address. Finally, they were able to start collecting checks. And what a game changer that is.
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. I'm from Connecticut, and we do stand downs, or we did do stand downs when I was there at Rocky Hill Veterans Home and Hospital. And it's just like you said. We'd bring in a dentist, we'd bring in somebody from motor vehicle, we'd get clothes for them, food for them, and nowadays they have a veterans court.
Shelters,
homeless shelters, yeah. There's a lot of great people doing some of that stuff, but we need more.
I agree.
More. Yeah. Well, I salute you for that, my friend.
Thank you.
You know, but so you had 20 years active, 11 years inactive, 32 years total. You know, you mentioned all those places you went to, Guam and Okinawa, whatever. Did you get to meet any of the local people?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you get out and go visit?
Yes.
See, that's what I did when I had a chance. You know. I had friends all over the place, and of course we ate all the food. I went to Korea 2 or 3 times because we would love to go shopping up there. That's when the dollar was in our favor. Yeah.
So I did a lot of shopping, and it was just the experience not to be forgotten.
Yeah.
You know, our son now is active duty. He's a lieutenant colonel up in Eielson Air Force Base.
Oh.
But we get to go visit wherever they go.
Hi, Colonel.
Yeah. So.
Did you meet your husband when you were in the service or afterwards?
I did. We got married when I was
when-
about 3/4 of the way through my career.
Oh, good. So anyway, you had something else you want to talk about because you DNA health, lifestyle health coach.
Yes, sir.
You're going to explain that because I can't.
Okay, that's not a problem. So about 6 years ago, I lost 30 pounds in 6 months, lost all my muscle tone, and I was not seeing a future in my life,
Wow.
to put it nicely. I went to 3 medical doctors who could not figure out what was wrong with me. Finally, a friend of mine who was doing epigenetic testing said, I need to test you, and let's see if Dr. Kendall Stewart out of Austin, Texas, can figure out what's going on. So I did my testing, and it came back and showed my body, my DNA, has many mutations. My genes do not function fully and operable as they should because they're broken. They communicate to each other. Your genes all communicate to each other, but when that communication gets broken, they can't communicate. So and a lot of it can be corrected with the right nutrition. And that's what nutritional genomics is. So epigenetics it goes a little bit deeper than just the nutrition. There are some other natural ways to make the corrections, as in I do bioscanning as well. So bioscanning is just getting your energy balances together, because if your energy balance is not right, your body's going to feel off as well. So going back to DNA, when I had that testing done, I found a lot of different things. One thing that hit me really hard is when my husband and I got married, we had 3 pregnancy losses in a year and a half.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
And come to find out, I had him tested as well. We both have what they call an MTHFR gene. He has a different one than I do, but we both had double copies, which requires a female to be on a methylated B12 supplement when she's pregnant, so that that baby is getting the right nutrition, because without the proper B12, your body can't convert or absorb nutrition, and you can have all kinds of other health issues. Too long, I'd be here forever talking with you. But
you're an amazing lady, I'll tell you.
So if back then they would have known to give me a methylated prenatal vitamin, it probably would have been fine. I wouldn't have had those losses. But now we know. But there's a lot of other things that MTHFR gene causes. And mainly when people have vaccinations, your body can't detox properly. It can't methylate that properly. So it's not doing the job that it's supposed to do or meant to do. So with that experience, I wrote this book, The DNA Advantage. It is out on Amazon. And it just talks about the first 3 years of that experience and what I learned and how certain genes affect your body and in what ways they affect you. And I'd like to give that book to you, and I did sign it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So go out and get one. Find out what's going on with your body. I know that you got a lot of personal experiences with it, but did you get education as far as college or something, or talk to doctors and study? How did you find out?
I work with particularly 3 different holistic doctors. The one right here in Florida is on 466, Dr. John Podlosky. He's a naturopath and he's nutrition certified. He's the one who, when I got sick 6 years ago, that put me on a very strict 4-month detox to help get rid of the parasites, the heavy metals, all the accumulation in my body that I could not detox out, which was shutting my body down.
And now you're playing tennis and everything, right?
I'm working really hard because I'm doing DNA testing, I'm doing bioscanning. I have a number of clients. My book of clients is this big. So
if somebody wanted to know more about you, you want to give out where would they could find email or?
My website is yourdailynourishment.com, www.yourdailynourishment.com. There's all kinds of health and wellness products and ideas. The 2 DNA testings that I do. There's tuning forks and grounding equipment. DNA safe skincare. I'm a jack of all trades.
Wow.
Trying to master it all.
I got one word. Wow.
And I am working on completing my nutritional lifestyle coach certification. I'm just about done with that. So
you're amazing.
Thank you. Oh, the last big thing last year, which made my year, my life, I was inaugurated. I was accepted as an honoree into the Marquis Who's Who of Professional Women last April. And that was never in my focus, but that made my life.
Wow. That's all I got to say is wow. You do DNA testing?
Yes, sir.
So like
through 2 different companies. I don't personally do it myself.
Oh, okay. You
and they're
send them
up there-
to a company and they give you the results? Is
Yes.
that what it is?
Yep, and it's all CLIA and HIPAA certified. So I don't get the results. They go to your own personal portal. And should you want to share them with me, which I hope you do because I review them with you, and I actually use AI, I redact the names off of it, and I get a summary or analysis. I do meal planning, I do a protocol for you, and I help you figure out your life from now to your future.
Well, at my age, I ain't got that far to go, but
You never know, you could extend it.
yeah. I don't know if I could afford it. But anyway, it's just been very eye-opening to me, really. It's very interesting, and I don't know. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about? Or, I mean, I just met you about 20 minutes ago, a half hour ago, and you blew me away here.
I guess the other biggest thing in my life that has happened, I found out about 20 years ago, not even that long ago, 15 maybe, that the father I grew up with wasn't my biological father. I grew up with one sister. I now have 7 half-siblings. And that was a big change in my life. A lot of ups and downs. Some family disowned me. It was very situational. So, but that was the other big thing in my life. That's my little nutshell of me.
Well, that's good. It sounds like you got it together, and I'm happy for you, you and your husband. And once again, the book.
And I'm writing my second book right now. It'll be out in May.
And you get it on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I think we pretty much wrapped this up because all this medical jargon, I can't keep up with you. I'm a vodka and tonic kind of guy. But
I don't drink.
that's why you're going to live a lot longer than me. But anyway, is there anything else you want to mention? And once again, give out your webpage or whatever if they
No,
want to
I
contact
thank
you.
the Women's Veteran Group for putting this out there for me to come do this interview. I thank you for putting out the invitation.
Well,
It's been an honor.
we do a lot. My partner over there, Sue Cameron, and I, we're closing in pretty much like. Well, I personally about 400 shows. We've been together for like 7 years, I think.
Oh, nice.
And we've done a lot together, but we concentrate on veterans, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, every one of them. We do prisoners of war. But we also do shows like this. We do shows about PTSD. We promote Ashley's House quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And, I love Ashley's House.
Yeah, and the your organization, Tri-County Women. I have 3 daughters, and none of them served. But if they wanted to, I would be really honored if they did. And I think women are finally getting introduced. 2019, I believe they full into combat. So you can do anything you want. If you're a young lady and you want to do whatever, you can do it in the service. Nowadays,
Anywhere.
we're not holding back no more.
I agree.
You've come a long way, baby.
Yep, and don't let that hold you back to what your future is going to be. Because I went from Neptune, New Jersey, riding my bike to the beach every day, to joining the Air Force, and you just heard what I did there, to now I'm doing health and wellness, and I love to help my military people.
Well, your organization, Tri-County Women Veterans, is a great group. Like I said, there's several shows we've had the All-Lady Honor Flight, All-Lady Veteran Honor Flight. We did that. I did that, and I'm just happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
But I think we're going to wrap up. So we're going to look at that camera right there. You ready?
Yep.
To all our veterans out there, our active military and their families, we salute you for all you do. Till next time, nice job. Today I'm at AMVETS Post 2006, a major sponsor of Central Florida Salute. And I want to introduce to you the commander here, Ronnie Mack. Ronnie, tell us a little bit about AMVETS 2006. Where are you located? And
we are at 500 North Canal Street, Leesburg, Florida. It's right off of 441, between 441 and Main Street on Canal. Can't miss us. And we're a veterans organization, along with, we have an auxiliary, and we have sons of veterans that are related some form or another to a veteran. And we do a lot for a lot of charitable donations and stuff to charities in the area and in the county, and we're a major sponsor to Central Florida Salute. We're proud of it. We're glad to be. You guys do a heck of a job, and we'll sponsor you as long as I'm here. We're going to sponsor you. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, we do. Sue and I really appreciate it. We're a two-person operation, and what we try to do with education and supporting our veterans community, and you supporting us is major thing. It's major.
We're glad to do it, Bob. We're glad to do it.
And you have sons here, you have auxiliary here. You've got a website too if somebody wants to join.
Yep, it's don't punch into www. It's amvets-2006.org, and it'll take you right to our website, Facebook page, and all that's there, and you'll be able to find that. The webmaster, he tries to get the calendar on there every month, anything pertinent. There's a lot of other links on there for veterans to find out where to get help for certain claims and stuff like that. Our webmaster's really into that stuff. That's the guy you ought to be interviewing right there. So,
well, you know what,
he's got
Ronnie?
a lot of stuff.
You have a lot of clout. You tell him to talk to me, and we'll get him on the show. Okay?
I can do that. I can
All
do
right.
that.
But I just want to, on behalf of Sue and myself, we want to thank AMVETS 2006 because you guys are the major players behind us, and we appreciate it.
But we just wish we could do more. We really do.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys are awesome.